I want to talk to you again about success in general, and about trying to figure out the right word, because I'm not a big person on reputation or looking the part or image, although all those things count. I want to tell you a quick story about something that happened to me about 5 years ago. I was out in somewhere in Texas. Flew out from Atlanta to Texas, and I met two colleagues of mine. I was a vice president. These other two colleagues were senior vice presidents. And we were going to meet with a major potential partner. It was one of the big three. When I say big three, it was Deloitte, Accenture, EY. In this particular case is one of them. And they had a dominant share of the marketplace in this particular technology. And we did not. So when we got to the meeting, these two other gentlemen came in and they were talking to the partner, and because they were senior people, I let them run the meeting. I don't say I let them run the meeting. They ran the meeting, but they were talking. They hadn't planned ahead of time. They hadn't thought through what was going to be said, but I had. And I tried to get the conversation started. Okay, who's going to run the meeting? So somebody said, well, we'll just see how it goes. We'll wing it, is what one person said. I'm going, this is not something you do with a senior partner, a managing partner of a big three consulting firm. But anyway, they did. They ran the meeting, and I was taking notes. I took out my notebook. It's a hardcover notebook. It cost me at the time $5.95. I don't know if you can still get these on Amazon. They're probably $9.95 now. But it's great. They're great little books. And I've got several of these, and I was writing down notes as the partner was speaking. The other gentlemen with me, they were not writing anything. They didn't even have a pen. The partner said, so let's repeat back to what I want. And they couldn't. He went around purposely and asked the people who were not taking notes what he wanted. And then he came to me. He said, Murphy, you're taking notes. Tell me what I want. And I read back to him. I said, well, I've got 5 different things. There might be 6 because I think I may have combined one of them. I don't understand. I'm going to ask you a question. So I rattled off all 5. Bing, 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 bing. And I said, on this 5th one here, I think it's a compound ask. There's 2 things in here you're asking for. And he said, you're right. There are 2 things. So let me be more specific. I want this and I want that. And on that thing, I want this to look like that. And I'm writing notes. The other 2 gentlemen are now looking for paper and pens. We're in a conference room and they're reaching over to the credenza in a building that's not ours. It's the partners. And they're looking for the pens that are in one of those little spiral things. And it's a cup. It was embarrassing. And then he looked at the other 2. The managing partner looked at the other 2 people and said, I don't need you 2 guys. I'll take Murphy. He's taking notes. He seems to know what he's talking about, but I don't need 2 people, other people here that are just going to show up and take my time. Next thing I know, I'm flying up to their proposal center, this partner's proposal center, and I'm working with their team. They don't invite partners into their team to work at their proposal center for a week, given free carte blanche. I didn't have a key, but I worked until 3 o'clock in the morning, just like them, just like they were. And I read material that was proprietary. Well, we had signed a non-disclosure, but I was reading material that they typically don't want partners to see. And I was making comments on their proposal material. That's the credibility I got because, number one, I knew my subject cold, but the other 2 gentlemen knew their subject really well too. But I was taking notes. This seems so small. So the next time you go to a meeting, make sure you're carrying a notebook and make sure you have a pen and you're not scrambling. And if you're a woman and you've got a purse, make sure that if you're carrying your pens in your purse, that's accessible, that you're not doing one of these scrambling things. Oh, let me find it. And you're pulling out tissues and bubblegum wrappers and your child's food from last month. Don't do that. It looks so disheveled, so disorganized. And men, have a decent pen. Don't buy one of those 20-cent pens from Home Depot or Office Depot or whatever depot you go to. Have a decent pen. Act like you've been here before. Take notes. I will probably do one of these. What are you taking notes? What does it look like? Because my notes, I go back to it. I know a couple people that I work with that have notebooks as well. And they can say, you said this on January 2nd, that you were going to promise and commit to this. So where is it? You go, did I say that? Yep, you said these exact words. Telling you, notebook. What is the saying? The palest ink is stronger than the best memory. I'll say it again. The palest ink is stronger than the best memory. I'm Joe Murphy, and I'm here for your success. Thanks for watching.